Okay, so today we have Saint Anger by Metallica. I've heard so much about the album Saint Anger and, how it came together and how the band was going through a rough time, all that stuff, but I've never actually listened to anything from the album. And being today, December 26th, it means it is Lars Ulrich's birthday, and I thought, what the heck? Let's try some Saint Anger, and we're doing the full version, 7 minutes 21 seconds. I'm intrigued, almost a little bit afraid as well. So let's get into it, talk about it after, and let's go. That's different. Okay. So Saint Anger from Metallica. So like I said, coming into this, I had many questions. I was, intrigued because again, like I said, I've heard so much about this and it being, Lars Ulrich's birthday. I thought, why the hell not come to this and see? Because I've heard so much about the snare drum, and I'm just like, I should listen to the song, and I should listen to it. Make a video out of it. Why not make a reaction? And I mean, I have to say, because again, Lars Ulrich, obviously, some people like him, some people hate him, some people think he's okay. And as a drummer as well, his his skills have been panned, obviously, and such. But here, I mean, all I can say is yes, it's different. I mean, my God, you think back to how this band was, had albums like Ride the Lightning, Kill 'Em All, and Master of Puppets, which I mean that comes into the lyrics, obviously. When they talk about, which I'll get to in a minute, I guess, but which they talk about, Kill the Lights, obviously a song from Kill 'Em All, which is, a great, song, great album, good lord. But, yeah, and I mean, you think of Damage Inc. from Master of Puppets as well. So they're doing homages here, back to their old stuff. And I mean, I guess, when you talk about Saint Anger, Saint Anger around my neck, almost like an albatross. And, I mean, the lyrical content, nothing, because again, Lars is unmissable in this track, which I mean, whether you like that or not, he's unmissable. His sound is everywhere. Obviously the snare drum it sounds weird. It sounds different. But again, I think, do I like it? I mean, it's not for me, but do I think it's fun? Hell yeah. I mean, I really thought, I really enjoyed the sound of this. Cause again, and I mean, the band was not going through a fun time, obviously. Again, because I haven't listened to this album, but I've seen clips of the documentary that they were doing. Obviously, when the band, because again, James is going through, I think, alcohol abuse, and obviously Jason Newsted left the band. And I mean, Lars Ulrich and Kirk Hammett. I mean, Kirk always seemed to have, he was always fine. Nobody ever hated Kirk. But I mean, obviously, Lars and James, they had their fights and such. But, so yeah, and I mean, so this, so obviously there's so much turmoil going on, and I could, and I picture that this would be the type of song that come out of that, and again, though, looking through some research or whatever, looking up the song on, Wikipedia, yeah, that's research, or Genius.com and Song Facts and everything, just seeing, how, the song, it does say here, it won a Grammy for Best Metal Performance and hit number 2 on the mainstream rock tracks chart. And again, maybe that just happens because of the name Metallica. Obviously Metallica's, one of the greatest heavy metal bands of all time, thrash metal bands, whatever. And maybe that's why they hit, they won a Grammy for this or whatever, even if it's not obviously not their best stuff. But and also see that their music video was also nominated on the MTV Music Awards, but lost to Somewhere I Belong by Linkin Park. And I mean, yeah, I probably enjoy that song more than this one. But again, I just think it's fun because, for me, I guess, I'm always intrigued by a band's worst song. I guess you would say I think of, a song like My World from Guns N' Roses where Axl Rose tries to rap. And I mean, it's terrible, but I think it's hilarious, and I think it's fun, and I think I could listen to that over and over. So yeah, I mean, that's not, obviously James Hetfield here is not trying to rap, but, and I mean, that's what also I want to say, because, the lyrical content, like I think I already said, is, it's solid, talking about Saint Anger, using anger almost as a positive, and I would think that, the band was probably very angry. I mean, obviously, like I said, that kind of came out in the documentary that they were doing, their problems, they had a lot of anger. And again, when you're a band going since, I think, 83, when they released Kill 'Em All, and, it's basically, yeah, it was like 20 years, because at the time this came out in 2003, that's 20 years. And I mean, a band's going to go through some stuff. You're going to go and you're going to be in the muck. You're going to hate each other at some points and all that stuff. So, I mean, yeah, that's going to happen. But I mean, for it to come out, publicly and people see, it's just, so obviously it was a big time for Metallica. I mean, that's all I gotta really say. And, but, in this song, I mean, again, I'm surprised that it did well, I guess, but I'm happily surprised because I think it's funny that this kind of did well. But again, I don't hate Lars's performance. I think it's fun. I think it's different. I think it's weird in a way, obviously, but again, I think it's just something fun to listen to. I mean, like I said, he's unmissable. He's all over the track. And I just like you said during the song too, the stops and the starts, obviously with the guitar coming back in, and then you're waiting for Lars to drop it down again, and there he is. And so I just really enjoyed, I guess, the whole experience. It was an experience. That's one way to put it. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, so yeah, it's just a big, finally, I'm just happy I got to it, really, to experience it, really. So actually, just to look at some lyrics here, go up here on the lyric thing. So obviously, like I said, it was like a minute introduction, and I'm waiting for James to come in, and then there he is finally. And I mean, his kind of, I guess, slow, I guess you might say slow tempo, singing there at the start, Saint Anger, and then it's very, almost not country, I guess, but it's just, I don't know, it's different from James, I thought. But anyway, around my neck, he never gets respect, Saint Anger, around my neck. And there are some annotations here on Genius, actually, so I could just read some of them, not all of them. But anyway, it says here, anger can be as, if not more, destructive than having a rope around your neck. At the same time, anger can be useful and is rarely thought of it in that way. So again, anger being useful, that's something that I can imagine Metallica talking about. And they did. And then, of course, with the you flush it out, which I guess is the anger's voice. And I mean, right there, though, I guess you would say the production's not the best on this song. But I mean, in James's voice, it just sounds kind of odd, but at the same time I like it because I don't know, you flush it out. It's just, I don't know. Again, it's so different, but I like it. Yeah. And then obviously with the chorus, fuck it all and no regrets, hit the lights on these dark sets. I need a voice to let myself go free. Then it's repeated. But again, like I was saying, and like it says in the annotation here, Damage Inc. is the final track of Master of Puppets, which obviously is one of the best albums. Again, that's the whole thing that's coming down, that I keep remembering, is, how this band had, Master of Puppets, Ride the Lightning, Kill 'Em All. You think of all these, Injustice for all these great albums, and then people are like, what is this Saint Anger stuff? So I can imagine why people hate it, but at the same time, 20 years after it's been released, my first time hearing it, I just think it's fun. So that's really what it comes down to. Anyway, for me. So anyway, like I said, it has the line, fuck it all and fucking no regrets, never happy ending on these dark sets. So this is sort of a tribute to that song. And then it goes on, there's also a reference to an even older song from Kill 'Em All, Hit the Lights, with the line, I hit the lights on these dark sets. So again, they're going back into their catalog, which they're allowed to do. It's their own catalog. Why the hell not? And then, it just basically, again, talking about, with the post-chorus, and then you have the verse, and then the pre-chorus again. It's all about anger, I feel my world shake like an earthquake. Hard to see clear as it means that fear. I'm madly in anger with you. Almost as if, I'm madly in love with you. Kind of like a madly in anger with you versus I'm madly in love with you. Kind of reminds me of something like, Love Her Madly from The Doors or something. So yeah, and again, I just like how they're using, madly in anger in these ways, and because again, that's, I guess, what I would expect from Metallica. I mean, my goodness, it's, you can compare that to love, and but I would expect Metallica to go the anger way. And then again, just have the repetition. Lots of repetition in this, to be honest. I mean, the song's 7 minutes and 21 seconds, so you probably will. And then, but at the end there with the bridge. And I want my anger to be healthy, and I want my anger just for me, and I need my anger not to control, and I want my anger to be me, and I want to set my anger free, and that's repeated the whole point. And then there is one more annotation here that I want to read just to see, what they're talking about here. This also can be compared to love. Love must be healthy and cannot control someone. He wants his anger to be himself, not something fake and ruthless. He wants it to be something beautiful. He doesn't want to share it with someone because he knows it'll end up ugly, like when he hits the lights on these dark sets. So again, the whole point, anger and love. I mean, obviously those are two big themes that many people can have used in songs. I mean, my God. And it's two human emotions that are, very prevalent every day, anger and love. But again, it's like James is yelling, yeah, he wants his anger to be healthy. He wants it to control it, to use it basically in his music. Because again, I don't think Metallica is Metallica without that anger. My goodness, a burp coming up. My goodness. Anyway, but yeah, Metallica isn't Metallica without anger. I mean, I think that a lot of people understand that. And I mean, it sounds like James is kind of, he's, again, talking about, I need to set my anger free. I need it to be healthy and all this stuff. He's crying out for help in a way, I guess, to his anger. And I mean, yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, I think, the lyrics are solid. But again, the band was going through so much, and, Lars probably, he was dead set on, his drums sounding like this. And again, Lars doesn't give a shit about anything, what you tell him. I mean, again, you could say, he's the worst drummer, and he'll laugh in your face probably. And I mean, yeah, you look at his net worth and it's like, Jesus Christ, but, he's got money, and I think he's one of the richest drummers alive anyway, but I mean, that's besides the point anyway. But yeah, so again, it's just, it's a fun experience for me anyway. Again, I know that many Metallica fans probably hate this, and they, and I can understand why, it's not the Metallica they know. But as you know, somebody just going through this just as an adventure, this is nuts. This is fun. This is different, and I think it's just, you know, a once in a lifetime kind of song for the band. And yeah, so I'd really have to listen to more from Saint Anger if I really, you know, just to see what else, you know, was on this album. But like I said, you know, I was curious as hell, and finally got to Saint Anger on Lars Ulrich's 59th birthday. So anyway, without Lars, it's no Metallica. I mean, that's what I gotta say. You know, he co-founded the band, obviously, and his songwriting, you know, you can say all you want about his drumming, but his songwriting skills and his music skills, you know, his compositional skills are very good. And yeah, so anyway, shout out to Lars, I guess, you know, because he's, you know, still here and it's his birthday. So anyway, I guess that's all I gotta say. This is a long ass video, but thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff. Really appreciate all the support, and I will talk to you guys again soon.